Hey guys, welcome back. So we're back outside getting more things in the ground, doing some more weeding and throwing down some more mulch. Now we picked up a lot of plants from Ebert's Greenhouse Village and from Heritage Hills up the road. So we are going to be putting the rest of those in the ground. First thing we're going to focus on is the front garden area right around the smoke bush. We have some Russian sage we're going to put in here, weed it and throw down mulch. And then the shade garden from 2 weeks ago, we do have that area around where the astilbe was planted that nothing came up. We are going to put down an oak leaf hydrangea. I'll get into that and explain everything as we go. But first thing we want to work on is getting Griffin's garden planted and throw a few things in the pots. So I'll show you everything we're doing. I'll show you the garden. I'll leave a link here now for the video where we actually built the garden, planted it last year. But we've got some new stuff we're going to be putting in and Griffin's going to be helping. So let's get going. So we built Griffin's gardens last year and we really haven't touched it since then. So what we want to do is top it off with some new bedding mix. This is a raised bed mix that we picked up from Costco. We're going to mix that into the current soil. Now the first thing we're going to be planting is our green beans. We picked up these garden beans of Bush Blue Lake. They're going to be planted right along the back. Next up is going to be our tomato plant. We're planting a Sweet 100. This is going to be buried about halfway into the soil, just so it allows for more roots to grow, for a stronger base, a thicker stalk, and more tomatoes. Next up, opposite the tomatoes, is going to be a pickle bush cucumber. And the last thing we're going to be planting is going to be nasturtium in the front right corner. Alright, now we're going to move on to our middle troughs and we're going to plant in the first one romaine lettuce. Next one is going to be an ever-bearing, ever-sweet strawberry, so this is going to produce all year. And the last one, we're going to plant about a dozen or so beets. These are Detroit dark red beets. Alright, so we're moving on to the smoke bush garden. We do have a few things that we want to put in here, but first thing we have to do is weed. Now, around the smoke bush, we're going to be planting this Denim and Lace Russian sage. It gets to be about 32 inches tall and 38 inches wide. I think it'll provide a good backdrop for the smoke bush. It'll really spread out because of how big it gets. It has a beautiful color that starts to bloom in spring and in summer. Its hardiness zones are 4 through 9. Now that the Denim and Lace is planted, we're going to cover this entire area with our black mulch. last thing we're going to plant is going to be the replacement for the Astilbe, since that didn't come up. This is going to be the Jetstream Hydrangea. It is an oak leaf hydrangea. It gets to be about 5 to 6 feet tall and about 4 to 5 feet wide. Now this is a hydrangea that offers a lot of seasonal interest. First thing we start off with in spring is developing these beautiful blooms. It'll be a white flower that'll age into a pink hue. And then contrasting that, you'll have in spring developing this very dark, vibrant green foliage that as we approach autumn will start to turn an orange reddish color. And the hardiness zones are from 5 to 8. All right, guys, so that's it. We got everything done we needed to. We got Griffin's garden planted. We've got our Russian sage out in the center garden next to the smoke bush. And we've got everything in here. We've got our final hydrangea, the oak leaf hydrangea, in its final place, which will hopefully mask our garbage cans once it gets to be full grown. And then all of the mulch is in. So that is just the next step in our mulch project. So we're going to keep going. Stay tuned for the rest. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.